students, welcome back to today's online class. Students, last classes you have learned about Unit 24 Environmental Science. So last class you have learned about adaptation, that is adaptation in plants as well as in animals. So in plants you have learned about three types. They are hydrophytes, xerophytes and mesophytes. In animals, last class you have learned about adaptation in bat. Today we are going to learn about adaptation in earthworm. So in bat, adaptation in bat, what are the types are present? That are nocturnality, flight adaptation, hibernation and echolocation. So today we are going to learn about adaptation in earthworm. So earthworm, you all know earthworm. See, it is living in the soil. See, we can see the earthworm during rainy season. See, the earthworm, they can feed in the soil. In the soil consists of the organic matter. See, they are feeding live and organic matters, and the organic matters get digested and it can release out the enriched waste, that is called compost or castings or vermicompost. It is enrich the soil fertility. It is very useful for the crops. So for the farmers it is very helpful to enrich the soil. So it is called the friend of farmers. See, earthworm is called the friend of farmers. See, so earthworm, it is living in the soil. So what are the adaptation present in the earthworm? The first one is streamlined body. Streamlined, you all know. See, the earthworm, it is long, cylindrical, elongated and segmented body. It consists of segmented body. Say cylindrical, elongated, and it consists of many segments. The body is segmented. See, segmented bodies. See, it can what is this streamlined body? How it is help to the earthworm? It is help to leave them in the narrow burrows. It helps them to live in the narrow burrows underground, and also the streamlined body helps them to penetrate into the soil easily. So that is the adaptation of earthworms, streamlined body. The second one is about the skin. The skin of the earthworm is earthworm consists of mucus. The skin consists of mucus. What is the purpose of this mucus? See, it is not allow the soil particles to stick in the body of the earthworm. So because of the presence of mucus in the skin, it does not allow the soil particle to stick in the body, and also it helpful for oxygenation of blood. That is the function of the mucus present in the skin. Third one is burrowing. So we all know the earthworm that can burrow inside the soil, and it can penetrate into the soil. So it consists of flexible body. So it consists of flexible body, circular and longitudinal muscles. See, these muscles help them to move through the soil and provide anchor in the burrows, and it can help anchor in the burrows. See here, it consists of flexible body, circular, longitudinal muscles. It helps them to move inside the soil and burrow the top soil, and also the lower surface of the earthworm. It consists of many setae. These setae help to move the earthworm through the soil, and also it help to anchor the burrows. It provides anchor to the burrows. That is burrowing. Next one, estivation. What is estivation means? Say during the temperature is too hot, or if the soil is very dry, it undergoes the process called estivation. It undergoes the process called estivation. During that condition, the earthworm moves deeper into the soil and it can secrete mucus around them, and it can reduce the metabolic rate to reduce loss of water. So it is inactive. During that time, the earthworm become inactive. It can move deep into the soil and secrete mucus around them, and it can reduce the metabolic rate to reduce the loss of water. So it is inactive. During that time they are inactive, and during when the condition is favorable, it it come out during rainy season. So during rainy season, the earthworm come out, and they can do do their activity. Next one is nocturnality. So the earthworm is sensitive to light. See here, the skin of the earthworm consists of light sensitive cell, that is photoreceptors. So it is sensitive to light, but it reacts negatively to bright light, that is photophobia. So during daytime, so that only the earthworm during daytime they are penetrate into the soil to avoid light. So the skin consists of the sensitive, it is sensitive to light. The skin is sensitive to light, but it is it reacts negatively to bright light. So it can penetrate into the soil during daytime to avoid light. So these are the adaptation of earthworm. See what are the adaptation in earthworm? First one is streamlined body. Second one is skin. Third one is burrowing. Fourth one is estivation. Fifth one is nocturnality. Streamlined body, it consists of cylindrical elongated segmented body. It helps the earthworm to move in to leave them in the narrow burrows, and also it helps them to penetrate into the soil. Skin, the skin consists of mucus, so it does not allow the soil particles to stick in the body, and also it also helps the to oxygenation of blood. Third one is burrowing. It consists of flexible circular longitudinal muscle. It helps the body to move under the soil and burrow subsoil. The lower surface of the body consists of many setae. It helps the earthworm to move through the soil and penetrate into the soil. And also it provides anchor in the burrowing. So the fourth one is estivation. During too hot or dry condition, it moves deeper into the soil and secretes mucus around them, and and it can lower the metabolic rate to reduce loss of water. So during favorable condition, it comes out, that is in during rainy season. Nocturnality, it is the skin is sensitive to light, and also it consists of the skin consists of light sensitive cells. They are called photoreceptors, but it react negatively to bright light, and so that it can move below deeper into the soil during daytime to avoid light. That is the adaptation in earthworm. Okay, students. Next one is water conservation. See, we are all using water. Water is the important thing to live for all the living organism. So water is very, very important. So we have to conserve the water. We have to protect the water. See, 22nd March every year, say, we are celebrating the World Water Day. So the World Water Day is celebrated every year in 22nd March. So first we can know about what is water conservation. Water conservation is the protection, control and management of water resources. We have to protect, control and we have to manage the water resources. When we are conserving the water, it protects the hydrosphere, and it is useful for current and future demand of water. Second, next is the importance of water conservation. What are the importance of water conservation? So the first point, it creates efficient use of water resources. So it creates the efficient uses of water resources. The second point is, say, we ensures that we have enough usable water. If you are conserving the water, we ensure that we have enough water, usable water. The third point is, it helps to decreasing water pollution. So when we are conserving the water, it decreases the water pollution. The fourth point is, it helps to increases energy saving. It helps to increases energy saving. So this importance of water conservation. So important 2-mark question. The first point is, it creates the efficient use of water resources. Second one is, it ensures that we have enough usable water. Third one is, it helps to decreasing water pollution. Fourth one is, it helps to increase energy saving. These are the importance of water. Next one is water conservation measures. How we can conserve the water. So we are using the water in different ways, and different sources we are using the water. See, the first one, we are using the water in the industries as well as in our home. For our domestic purposes, we are using, the farmers, they are using the water in the agricultural side. So in the different areas we are using the water. So we have to conserve the water. What are the measures to take to conserve the water? The first one is industrial conservation. So in the side of industrial conservation, if we want to conserve the water, say first we can use the dry cooling system. So in the industries they are using the cooling system. So they can use dry cooling system. Dry cooling system, if they are using, means there is no usage of water. So that dry cooling system we can use. By the way, we can conserve the water. So if you are using the water cooling system, so we can after using, we can reuse the water for agriculture or other purposes. That water should be recycled and reuse it for agriculture, irrigation, and also for other purposes. By that way, we can conserve the water in the industrial side. Second one is agricultural conservation. So in the agriculture, we can say there is loss of water due to leakage in the canals and also by evaporation. So there is wastage of water. So to avoid them, how we can conserve in the agricultural side? The first point is using lined or covered canal. Say we can use line pipelines, or the canals should be covered, so that there is reduced loss of evaporation of water as well as the loss of water and evaporation. Second one is improved technology can be used. That is, say in the agricultural field we can use sprinklers. Sprinklers means the water can for a time being they can be sprinkles the water. So there is no loss of water. Sprinklers they can use, otherwise drip irrigation they can be used. Third one is, so we can encouraging the development of crops. That is, the crops, nowadays we can see there is disease resistant crop, water resistant crops, the drought resistant crops are there. So like that, the improved crops can be, we can cultivate. That is, because less water and drought resistant crops can be cultivated. Fourth point is mulching of soil in the vegetable cultivation as well as horticulture. So what is mulching means, See, we all know, say they are dug up the soil so that the water, when we pour the water, it can filter inside the soil. So if the soil is very hard and dry, means the water, when we pour water, it may get lost, so that it does not allow this water to enter inside this. It spread everywhere and it may get lost. So mulching of soil in vegetable cultivation and horticulture can be used. By that way we can conserve the water in the agricultural side. Next one is domestic conservation. We are using water for our use as well as for the growth of the plants. We are using, see, for all our purpose we are using the water. So the first one is we can use a bucket of water for taking a bath instead of using showers. See, when we using showers, we can use more water. So there is wastage of water. So instead of that in showers, we can use bucket of water to take bath. And to low flow taps. So we can use the low flow taps. Low flow taps means some taps we can see when we open, large amount of water is means the water may get the excess of water, it is coming outside, so it is get lost. So very low flow taps should be used. And the recycled water, say after using the water in the kitchen as well as for after taking bath, the water should be recycled. That recycled water can be used for lawns as well as for the growth of the plant. Fourth one is the repairing leakage in taps. Say if the taps or the pipelines any leaks are there, means the water may get waste. So often we have to check and repair the leaks in the tap. And the recycling and reusing water, reusing the water wherever it is possible. So the sewage water, it can be recycled and we can reuse it wherever it is possible. So by that way we can conserve the water in the domestic side. So water conservation method, three types are there: industrial conservation, agricultural conservation and domestic conservation. So this by that way we can conserve the water. Have you understood? So what in water conservation we have learned about importance of water conservation and water conservation method. Water conservation method has three types. They are industrial conservation, domestic conservation and agricultural conservation. So the next heading is strategies adapt to conserve water. See what are the how we can conserve the water. The first one is rainwater harvesting system. So we can arrange the rainwater harvesting system in our houses as well as the buildings. Now we can use rainwater harvesting system. What is rainwater harvesting system? Say the rainwater harvesting systems are, say we can use a pipeline and we can collect all the water, rainwater, runoff rainwater, and it can collect through the pipes and it can send to the soil. So it can, when we collect the water and it can send to the soil, it can increases the groundwater level. The second one is improved irrigation techniques. So we can improve, nowadays many techniques are there in the irrigation system. So improved irrigation techniques can be followed. Then traditional water harvesting structures. We can protect the traditional water harvesting structures. Traditional means in the olden days for the conserving water. They are collecting the rainwater, see the runoff water. For that they are using the olden days and people are they are digging out the ponds and everywhere they are digging out ponds, and when during rainy season the runoff water can be stored in the ponds, and later they can use it for all the domestic purposes as well as for the growth of the plants for cultivation, and all they are using. That is the traditional method. Nowadays we cannot see any pond. Say they all destroy the ponds and they are building the buildings in there. So traditional method we can use it for to store the water. The fourth one is minimize domestic water consumption. So for our users, we are wasting lot of water. So we have to minimize the use the domestic water consumption. Fourth one is we have to give awareness to the people for awareness on water conservation. Next one is construction of farm ponds. So next we can see detailing what is farm pond. The farmers, they are digging ponds in their own land, own field. So they are constructing the farm ponds to store the water. The last one is recycling of water. These are the strategies we can use to conserve water. First one is rainwater harvesting system. Second one is improved irrigation techniques. Third one is traditional water harvesting structures, minimize domestic water consumption, awareness on water conservation, construction of farm ponds. Next one is recycling of water. Next one is farm pond. What is farm pond? Say it is the strategies to support water conservation. Say it is the strategies to support what the farmers, they can dig out the pond in their field, and they are store the water in that pond. Say during rainy season, during rainfall, more water it can be run off, and the water may get lost. Otherwise, and also it what they are doing, it can wash away on the top soil. So in the field and all, it consists of the soil consists of many fertilizers, manures and all that. Say these top soil are washed away by this runoff water, so that the farmers, they are uh, they are dig out the farm pond in their field, and it helps to store water, that is use it for irrigation. So that water later they can use for irrigation. Second one, layout of a farm pond. How they are laying the farm pond in their field. So it is the farm pond. It is a dugout structure with a definite shape and size. Say for example, if the farmers has a big field, they can duck out a big size of pond in that field. If they have very small size of field, they can duck out small size of farm pond. So it is a dugout structure with a definite shape and size. And also these farm ponds, say if the field is there, so at any one side, the farmers, they can duck out the farm pond, and it consists of the inlet. Inlet means the water from the field. During rainy season, the rainfall, the runoff water, it can be collected through this pipe, and it can enter into the pond. The collector water, it is stored in the pond. And also it consists of outlet. It is outlet. This is inlet. The collected water, it can be collected, and it can be enter into the pond through this inlet, and after and it can be stored in the farm pond. And also during the irrigation cultivation time, the through the outlet, the water may get come outside to the field for irrigation. So it consists the farm pond. It is it can be dug out in a particular structure with the definite shape and size. It consists of both inlet and outlet. So here the water may get stored for later use. So what are the advantages of farm pond? So what are the advantages? The first one is it provides water to growing crops without waiting for the rainfall. So here the water may get stored. So if there is no rainfall also, this water can be used for growing crops. Say provide water for irrigation. So during irrigation, when there is no rainfall, they are taking water from the farm pond. And also, see here, the water may get stored so that it can reduce the soil erosion. Otherwise, in the field when during heavy rainfall, the water may get run off and all the topsoil may get washed away. So there is no soil erosion by using this farm pond. Next one is it can recharge the groundwater. It recharge the groundwater and also improved rain. It helps to recharge the groundwater. The next one is it helps to improve drainage. The next point is the excavated soil. What is excavated soil means after dug deep farm part, many soil we can get. See this soil, it can be enrich the soil in the field, and also this soil can be used to leveling the fields. Next one is it can promote fish rearing. Here the farmers they can rear the fish, and also it provide water for domestic purposes and livestock. Say for the domestic purposes as well as for the living animals, it can provide water. So these are the advantages of farm pond. So in water conservation, we have studied about importance of water and water conservation measures, then strategies adapt to conserve water, farm pond. In farm pond, how we can lay out the farm pond and what are the advantages of farm pond we have. So next one is recycling of water. That one, see, we can study in the next class. Students, now you can take the textbook and mark the question answer. Take page number 300. Roman letter 3, last question, fifth question. Estivation is an adaptation to overcome cold condition. So that statement is false. You can write false. You can write estivation is an adaptation to overcome dry or hot condition. Dry, D-R-Y, dry, R-O-R-R, hot, H-O-T, hot condition. Then Roman letter 4, second one. Why is streamlined bodies and presence of setae is considered as adaptation of earthworm? So that is for that question, the answer it is in page number 296. 296, second para, streamlined body. Like that one side heading is there, no? That one second, in that para, second line. This helps them to live in narrow burrows underground and for easy penetration into the soil. This you strike it out and write streamlined body. Streamlined body. Then second point, it is in fourth para, burrowing. Side heading is there, no? That one last 2 points. They help the earthworm to move through the soil and provide anchor in the burrows. You can, you strike it out and write setae, S-E-T-A-E, setae. Setae help the earthworm to move through the soil and provide anchor in the burrows. So that is the answer for this question. Then Roman letter 5, fifth question. Why is it important to conserve water? That is page number 2, the same page 296. Under water conservation, second, say importance of water conservation. 4 points are there, no? That one. It creates more efficient use of water resources. It ensures that we have enough usable water. It helps in decreasing water pollution. It helps in increasing energy saving. Then, sixth one, list some of the ways in which you could save water in your home and school. That is page number 297, first para, domestic conservation. So under that heading, that five points. using a bucket of water to take bath, then taking a shower, using low flow pipes, using recycled water for lawns, repairing the leaks in the taps, recycling or reusing water wherever it is possible. That one. So that much only. So students, what are the question marked today? You can study well. Okay students, thank you very much.